Top stories this morning, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Police ask the United States for help ahead of the September 1 elections. Local and international observers to be supported as well. Prices on the market continue to skyrocket. No effort by government to cushion inflation, says APNU Prime Ministerial candidate JURETHA FERNANDEZ. And teachers demand a review of 2024 wage deal. GTU President CORETTA McDonald says it is high on the agenda. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Wednesday, July 9 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. There is word from the United States Ambassador to Guyana, Nicole Therio, that the United States government will provide security training to the Guyana Police Force ahead of the September 1 elections. More details in this report. The Guyana Police Force has asked the American government for support as Guyana approaches its general and regional elections. As such, officials from Las Vegas or Miami-Dade are expected to arrive in Guyana soon. United States Ambassador to Guyana Nicole Therio spoke with reporters on the sidelines of an event Wednesday morning.
Actually, it was just a result of a request from the GPF that this was something that they could use some assistance in, and we're happy to provide it. As you know, our elections, no matter how contentious they might be, they're always peaceful for the most part. And so we do have a lot of expertise in that in the United States. So we were very happy to help.
According to the ambassador, the Guyana Police Force will not be the only organization that will be assisted by the United States in Guyana during elections. Local and international observers will also benefit.
Us personally from the embassy, will probably be about 50 people. But of course, we're also supporting the observers coming from the OAS. And we assisted with the embedded advisors in GCOM that have taken their positions up last week. They're from the UNDP. We assisted with that, although the funding did come from the UK for that. So we're playing a role and we're coordinating amongst all of the missions. We're coordinating with the Private Sector Commission. Anyone who is doing election observation here, CARICOM as well. We're trying to ensure that we're all working together so that we're not redundant and that hopefully every polling station in the country has international observers.
The ambassador said that the United States Embassy held a meeting with the Guyana Elections Commission since all eyes will be on the electoral body from Monday, July 14, nomination day.
I will tell you that we meet regularly with GCOM, the CEO, the commissioners, the chairwoman, and as they've described the process, we feel that this can be a free, fair, and transparent election. But all of the procedures just simply have to be followed at every polling station in the country. And having those international observers there, having those party observers there is going to be very instrumental in that.
Already, the Carter Center has said it has launched an international election observation mission to Guyana in advance of Guyana's general and regional elections for September 1. The center was invited to observe this year's elections by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. The team arrived in Guyana on June 30, 2024 from the United States, Georgia, and the United Kingdom. Additional electoral experts and observers will join them closer to Election Day. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. As political campaigns intensify ahead of the September 1 general and regional elections, a Partnership for National Unity's Prime Ministerial candidate JURETHA FERNANDEZ has challenged Guyanese, especially public servants, to honestly ask themselves if their lives have significantly improved under the Afran Ali-led government. More details from Antonio Day.
Although Guyana is being dubbed the fastest growing economy in the world, many public servants to date are finding it difficult to get by due to the constant skyrocketing of food prices. JURETHA FERNANDEZ, Prime Ministerial candidate for the Partnership for National Unity, said that the government has failed to effectively address the high living costs locally.
Cost of living is killing us. Do you agree with that? Cost of living is killing us. Every man, woman, and child is facing pocket. But guess what? Guess what? The PPP do not care.
The politician said that the government is busy expending resources on infrastructural development, while there are many young people who are unemployed or underemployed. In her address to thousands of APNU supporters over the weekend at a rally, Fernandes said human resources development continues to be neglected under the PPPC.
We have university graduates that are working in jobs that is far below their qualifications because the government does not plan well. They are not efficient.
The APNU Prime Ministerial candidate noted that the policies rolled out by the government does not promote or stimulate economic development.
We are tired of a country in which the government craft policies to suit themselves, their friends, their family, and who? Their favorites.
Fernandes, who served as the shadow minister for finance in another party, said citizens must honestly ask themselves if their lives were significantly improved under the current regime.
That enough is enough. Enough of hearing the PPP ministers coming by and telling us all the lofty promises they had. Guess what? From then to now, 28 years they have been in government and nothing has changed.
Fernandes accused the government of being involved in squandermania and not people-centered development.
Kleptocracy mean they got sticky fingers. Kleptocracy mean that when they issue a contract for a road, half the money in somebody's pocket.
I'm Antonio D reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Krishna Roth Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At Krishna Roth Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Welcome back to the HGP Nightly News. We tell you now that with elections fast approaching, 16 Guyanese journalists recently participated in a high-level media workshop held in Panama. The training aimed to equip them with tools to combat disinformation and improve the integrity of election coverage. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
As Guyana prepares for its general and regional elections on September 1, 16 local journalists recently returned from a critical media workshop in Panama focused on disinformation, the ethical use of artificial intelligence in journalism, and best practices for election coverage. The training, hosted by the International Institute for Democracy and Electorate Assistance International IDEA and funded by the European Union, brought together media professionals from different entities in the country. The one-day session held on July 8 emphasized the importance of journalistic integrity in politically charged environments where false information can significantly impact public perception and democratic processes. Marcelo Varela Arashiva, Program Manager of IDEA Guyana, highlighted the essential role journalists plays in shaping public opinion, which can either support or erode democratic development.
Information and civic education for the citizenry, for the electorate, to understand what's the relevance for democracy of this process. This information, which we learned during the sessions, which is the malicious use of true or false information, or misinformation, which is the lack of appropriate information, is key in generating that climate of public opinion.
Arashiva further cautioned that the misuse of artificial intelligence can erode democratic institutions by undermining public trust.
The problem of lying to the people is not to make them believe falsehoods, is that they're going to end up not believing anything. And that's harmful for democracy, that's harmful for the rule of law.
Javan Singh, Press and Information Officer at a delegation of the European Union to Guyana, explained that participants will be further exposed to new technologies that are reshaping how elections are reported.
It has exposed the journalists to the newer technologies like artificial intelligence. It has given them some insights into how they can more improve the credibility of their report.
Newly elected president of the Ghana Press Association, Ifa Wharton, who also participated in the session, noted that the training will positively impact how journalists cover the upcoming elections and serve the public interest.
This training, I know that with elections coming up in Guyana, misinformation and disinformation is going to be high. And with the knowledge that we gather here, we are going to see, or we should see, improvements in the way stories are done.
The workshop also featured sessions on information and election integrity, analyzing information threats, AI-enabled disinformation in electoral contexts, and building resilient information ecosystems through quality journalism. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The nation's teachers are now demanding a review of their 2024 wage deal. This was communicated to the newly elected leadership of the Guyana Teachers Union. You'll have more details in this story. There is word from the newly elected president of the Guyana Teachers Union, CORETTA MacDonald, that the August 2024 wage deal signed by former president of the union, Dr. Mark Light, is high on the agenda of the new executive of the Guyana Teachers Union.
Our teachers have already signaled to us that they want to have a review of that document. And it is one of the things that we are going to be approaching as one on our priority list. We are going to be reviewing that document.
The wage deal caters for a 10% increase for 2024, 8% for 2025, and 9% for 2026. According to MacDonald, the nation's teachers have already indicated that such increases are inadequate.
With every means of having it, whether we can have it overturned or whether we can have additional benefits being added to that document.
The GTU had staged a 75-day strike as part of efforts to pressure the government to hold collective bargaining on financial matters.
What happened on the 21st of August 2024 has left a bitter taste in the mouth of our teachers. Our teachers, their bubbles were burst.
MacDonald maintains that the union had rejected the increases signed onto by the previous executive and that teachers at cluster meetings also dismissed the offer and were instead demanding just over 29%. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. You're watching the HGP Nightly News. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
HGP Nightly News. As preparations are on the way for Nominations Day 2025, 21 political party symbols have received the green light ahead of Nomination Day. Antonio Day has more on this story.
Deputy Chief Elections Officer Anil Giddings, during an informative media session on the coverage of Nominations Day 2025, informed that initially 22 symbols were approved, but one political movement at a last minute have since opted out of the race.
There are actually 21 symbols there because we did receive that very late in the morning, just before our meeting, a request to withdraw. I believe that party is the Guyana United Party.
Outlining the standard operating procedures pertaining to the submission of lists of candidates, Giddens noted that these names of these individuals must be submitted on July 14 to the Chief Election Officer. The examination of the list begins immediately after the submission period concludes. He gave the criteria for a political party who's desirous of contesting elections at the level of the National Assembly.
They are required to submit geographical constituency list as well as a national top-up list.
Guyana's electoral system provides for the National Assembly to comprise at least 65 elective members, 25 from the 10 geographical constituencies and 40 from the national top-up list. 1/3 of the candidates nominated should be female. Asked if a candidate is automatically disqualified if charged for a criminal offense, the DCO responded in the negative.
A charge is not a conviction. So the answer is no.
When further asked if a candidate is arrested on the said day of Nominations Day and if there would be any provisions for a substitute or alternate candidate, Giddens gave this response.
Arresting a person and charging a person and putting them before the court does not make that person a criminal, right? So it's until they are convicted, then they are deemed to be a criminal, and then the relevant things can happen. If they are arrested on Nomination Day, that is why there is a representative and a deputy representative.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We tell you now that hundreds of Guyanese are set to benefit from new opportunities in medical training as GOVT partners with Indian medical institution MedVarsity to offer specialized courses in healthcare. Tiana Cole is on this story.
The Guyana Online Academy of Learning GOVT is now positioned to produce graduates in the field of medicine through its new partnership with MedVarsity, a medical university based in India. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony, speaking at the official launch on Tuesday, said the collaboration will help boost Guyana's healthcare workforce and create more opportunities for local professionals.
That we already have 165 students that have been enrolled, and they'll be doing close to 330 different courses. And that's amazing for, the first time that we're starting this, that we have so many students who would be participating.
Dr. Anthony further revealed that 141 of the current enrollees are women who are also nurses. He stressed the relevance of the training as new hospitals continue to come on stream.
Now, one of the things that we are doing is to open new hospitals. We have 6 hospitals that would be open between now and at the end of August. So I think the training would be of utmost importance because it would allow for us to have persons who are well trained to manage these units.
Meanwhile, Professor Jacob Opodeyi, Director of GOAL, explained that the program will involve 2 distinct training modules for participants.
In this initial stage, we took the decision to register everybody to 2 training modules. Once they finish one, they don't need to reapply to go to the next one.
Bibuti Archara, Vice President of Medversity, said the goal is to not only improve professional outcomes, but also patient care nationwide.
To improve not only the healthcare outcomes for the medical professionals, but also the general public, people who consume the medical services that these qualified and trained professionals will provide.
Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Your regional news is up next.
Turbo with a new look, new style, with the same great taste in the 250 ml can. Everybody run out now. Go and go grab one. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
Vote for the PPPC.
Now it's time to renew the mission to stay the course. The People's Progressive Party Civic invites you to the 2025 elections campaign launch on Sunday, July 13th at the Kitty Market Square, Georgetown, starting from 3 p.m. Be there to hear from President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, General Secretary of the PPP Dr. Barrett Jaglio, and Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, and others. Guyana is on the rise with massive achievements in education, housing to healthcare, infrastructure to innovation. As the most trusted political party, we are transforming Guyana for all. Let us rally for the People's Progressive Party Civic 2025 elections campaign launch, Sunday, July 13th at the Kitty Market Square in Georgetown, starting from 3 p.m. Vote PPPC. Forward together for a better Guyana.
Interested in honoring or paying tribute to a loved one, or just making a loved one feel special? HGP TV offers you all that and more. Air your birthday greetings, death announcements, and wedding anniversaries on HGP TV today. HGP TV offers affordable prices, convenience, and great services. Call us on 220-3660 or email us at sales@hgptv.com.
Good evening and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Regional News. With the United States set to implement reciprocal tariffs by August 1, 2025, CARICOM Chair Andrew Holness says, while talks with the Donald Trump administration continue, the time has come for the region to take trade diversification, especially within the Caribbean, more seriously. On April 2, 2025, the U.S. announced a sweeping new slate of reciprocal tariffs on about 60 countries or trading blocs that had a high trade deficit with the United States. This included a 10% baseline tariff on most imported goods from April 5, 2025. The Trump administration's tariffs have significant implications for other countries. Goods exported to the U.S. become more expensive due to the tariffs. This reduced the price competitiveness in the American market, potentially leading to lower sales and revenue for businesses in affected countries. Most CARICOM nations are being threatened with a 10% baseline tariff. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has declared that dismantling criminal gangs across the Caribbean must be treated with urgency of the global war on terror. Holness warned that organized violence now poses a public health threat region-wide. Delivering a commanding address as incoming chair of CARICOM at the 49th Conference of Heads of Government at the Montego Bay Convention Center, Holness called for transformative action on a range of critical issues, from climate justice and security to youth empowerment and regional integration, urging his colleagues to quote-unquote cross the rivers of shared challenges together. He emphasized that while the roots of gang violence may lie in poverty, broken homes, and social alienation, the modern manifestation is far more sinister, driven by transnational profit, organized intelligence, and firearm access. Holness underscored that this crisis should be treated as both a national security threat and a public health emergency, noting that in Jamaica, 90% of those involved in homicides, both perpetrators and victims, are male. On Haiti, the Prime Minister reaffirmed Jamaica's unwavering commitment to supporting the embattled nation, insisting that CARICOM must, quote-unquote, redouble its efforts to rally international support for the deployment of a multinational force and long-term development. He pledged that as CARICOM chair, the regional security strategy and support for Haiti would remain a top priority. Four CARICOM member states will implement full free movement of nationals by October 1, 2025, marking a major step forward in regional integration under the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME. They are Barbados, Belize, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Dominica. The announcement was made by CARICOM Chairman and Jamaican Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness during the closing news conference of the 49th regular meeting of the CARICOM Conference of Heads of Government in Montego Bay. Holness said that the four nations reiterated their willingness to implement full movement under the Protocol on Enhanced Cooperation, which all CARICOM members signed. Full free movement within CARICOM allows for the free movement of skilled nationals, services, capital, and the right to establish businesses or other services in other participating member states without restrictions. The free movement of skilled nationals means that qualified workers can seek employment in other member states without needing work permits. Holness said Jamaica remains committed to the goal and is working to overcome its own international constraints. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Police ask U.S. for support for September 1 elections. Local and international observers to be supported as well. Prices on the market continues to skyrocket. No effort by government to cushion inflation, says APNU Prime Ministerial candidate JURETHA Fernandes. And teachers demand a review of the 2024 wage deal. GTU President CORETTA McDonald says it is high on the agenda. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.